Good morning and greetings from Northumberland. It's Saturday, the 26th of June, and it's another damp morning, 2 damp mornings in a row, which is good news for all our farmers and growers and people like that, but not so much fun for people like my granddaughter who had her school prom last night in an open-sided marquee to conform to government regulations about COVID and safety. And it's right that they should. This Saturday is another one when I just think about how we go forward as we move towards hopefully the end of COVID regulations in about 3 weeks' time. The news, the rumours are still that we will be able to move away from the tightest regulations by the 19th of July, and some people say even sooner. COVID levels are higher again. Someone said they're back to April levels at the moment, but the difference is so far that the variant and its activity among young people particularly has not led to the number of hospitalizations, or at least the greater number of hospitalizations that we had earlier in the year, and certainly not to the same number of deaths. So at the moment, though COVID is active in our communities, the implications aren't as serious, or at least that's what we think. It'll be interesting to hear the analysis of medics and scientists. And going forward as a nation and as church communities, we still have to listen and accept that the fine-tuning of regulations may have to continue to take place. That's particularly difficult because of events in the news over the last 36 hours, which reveal someone in government who has been ignoring the regulations that have been set. And I don't want to go into all the personal details and all of that. We all know what they are. But I do want to say this: as we pray every day for people in government, I've begun increasingly to pray for integrity in public life. And that's because in difficult times, and these have been difficult times, we need to be able to trust not only the competence, but above all the motives and the honesty of the people who are taking decisions for us. And that's true in all things. The centurion in today's gospel says to Jesus, I understand what it is to be under authority and to exercise authority. And that's why he understands what Jesus can do for him and for his servant. And we need to do that. We need to understand that. But we need to have trust in the people who lead us. There will be, I think, many situations during the coming months when there are questions that the nation will face going forward about how we learn to live with and combat the effects of COVID and its variants. It's not all over when some of the restrictions are lifted during this summer. And in order to be able to do that, and to face those decisions, and for the population to accept those decisions, there has to be a trust in the honesty and integrity, as well as the competence of those who lead us. And unfortunately, this weekend, it seems to be a breakdown of that trust because of the actions of someone in power and the lack of implications. It's very hard to see why people and businesses and others have accepted regulations when those in authority don't seem to think they apply to them. This seems to me to be at the heart of what is important. All human beings are flawed. We all make mistakes. We do things that are wrong. We do things that let ourselves, our families, and those around us down. God has always understood that. And forgiveness is available for all of us. But if we are to trust those who lead us, then they have to accept the standards that they set for other people. And if we are to expect things of people, then we have to live up to them ourselves. We are all, as St. Paul says, frail human vessels. We are all potentially able to get things wrong. And actually, the person who's speaking to you now and everybody who's listening to me has also got things wrong. But sometimes when we get things wrong, we have to accept the consequences of that. We pray for those who lead us. We pray for people in government. We pray for people in Parliament. We pray for the very many pressures that they continue to face. But above all, we pray that they may do their work with honour and with integrity, and not for their own good, but for the good of all. May God bless them in their work, and may God bless us in the complexities that we face.